So I thought you are off and you thought I am off and I
Uh,
am talking, right? This happens in many marriages, Neha.
Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to another episode of Parenthood. If this is your first time here, thank you for joining me. And if you've been tuning in regularly, you already know this space is all about real stories of real parents. We go beyond picture perfect Instagram moments and dig into the messy, joyful, confusing, and deeply rewarding layers of raising children while also raising ourselves. Today, I'm so excited to introduce you to my guest, Sameena Dalwai. Sameena is a law professor, a writer, a podcaster, a thinker, and someone who brings sharpness, humor, and warmth to everything she does. She's been in a partnership of 12 years with Rajdeep, a professor of international relations, and as Sameena herself says, the best man I've ever met, and I've met many. Together, they're raising two wonderful daughters, Inaya, who's 11, and Ilika, who's 9. Their parenting journey has been both unique and universal. From natural childbirth, and Samina has a few choice words about how natural that experience really is, to adoption, to figuring out how to let their daughters grow with as little interference as possible while still being present and engaged. Samina describes family life as a mix of laughter, drama, entertainment, fatigue, and yes, exasperation. And I can't wait to dive into her story today. So let's begin. Samina, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
I'd love to start with you. Before we even step into the role of parenting or mothering, if you had to describe yourself in just three words or phrases that capture the essence of who you are, what would they be and why?
Chaotic.
Mm-hmm.
Are they supposed to be adjectives or are they supposed to be so writer,
Mm-hmm.
yearning?
Wow. Wow.
I think those
Beautiful.
would be the three words, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. And could you also introduce us to your family in your own words? Of course, tell us about Rajdeep. How did you two meet and how has your relationship evolved over time, especially after becoming parents?
We became parents very quickly in our relationship. So that wasn't, there was not much time to discover each other. We joined the university that we teach in 2012, 2013, and July 2012. Then 2013, July, we were married.
Wow.
So from the first date to marriage date was about 3 months.
Wow.
So we thought we will rush into this, marry in haste and regret at leisure. So regret didn't come. So thankfully, we are at it going strong. But so we had Inaya immediately in, got married in 13 and 14 August, she was born.
Wow.
So that was very fast. Mm, and I got married because I wanted children.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think marriage was for anything else.
Mm-hmm.
So, because I was in the UK and people would say, "Oh, but you're marrying this guy for love, isn't it?" Or something like that. And I would say, "No, you don't marry for love.
Mm.
You marry for passport here, I mean, for visa, uh, to share the rent,
Mm.
to
Logistics.
decide who will put the garbage out. You know,
Mm.
not marriage is not connected to love
Mm.
because anyways in UK that was not a society that needed marriage for
Mm.
love. So but in all societies this language of love is all encompassing and rather false, I thought.
Mm-hmm.
Hence my book on love jihad
Yes.
that is upcoming, so forthcoming.
Hmm.
But yeah, so here I had, when I came back to India, I thought I will now get married and I will not do the whole journey of love the way Goras do it,
Hmm.
which is quite whimsical, mythical to my standards, anyway. So now I like you, I love you. Now we move together. Now we get married. Then they're waiting for the ring, and women don't propose, men must propose. All of this drama of patriarchy that pans out there,
Yeah.
and they think they live in an equal society. It's actually very unequal. So then when I came back, I thought now I will get married and I will propose to a guy who's, around and is interested. A lot of them were around, a lot of them were interested. So that wasn't the problem. Then, but then we were friends, me and Rajdeep, and we thought, I used to have this thing that I used to say to my friends that we must have um, chemistry and politics.
Wow.
Two subjects must match.
Hmm.
So they would say, Kaisa, Kaisa. I would say, Bhai, politics ke siva to it's impossible. I can't be with a corporate lawyer. Otherwise, I could be, I am a lawyer, but it would be very difficult to live with someone, who's an Adani lawyer, for
Yeah.
example. Or, it would be difficult to be with someone who's an army man.
Hmm.
Um, so then politics must match.
Hmm.
Uh, and then there has to be some chemistry. Hence, you think that marriage is where your sexuality must pan out after this. So, chemistry, politics.
Wow.
And then, so there were people around, there were whatever. And then we were friends and we decided, okay, let's go on a date once
Hmm.
in April.
Hmm.
And then when we went, hang out, we did stuff. We knew of each other and we did politics matches. We realized chemistry could match also.
Oh,
So we thought, okay, shadi kar lete hain.
wow.
I mean, it was that easy. And to kar li.
Hmm.
And then we didn't really call many people for shadi also. It was such an easy thing. Let's go here to do work. Maybe let's go to Kashmir, stay there in the yeah, and do our writing. नहीं नहीं चलो शादी ही कर लेते हैं. तो then we did. So it was like okay कश्मीर जाए के शादी कर ले. तो कर लेते हैं. Then we went to the registrar here, marriage registrar. He said, so Rajdeep was in Delhi and I was in Bombay. He thought she will not come back really.
Hmm.
ये शादी वादी तो रह गया, नहीं होता है. So, because there was no formal thing, there was no
Right.
meetings of families, there was nothing, and he thought, "Ye kaisa?" So he didn't even call his friends because he was not sure till the end that I will come to that shadi, my own shadi. So then, chaotic, my first word.
Yeah.
So then he said, "ये marriage registrar तो time नहीं दे रहा."
Hmm.
I went and checked and he said, वो time नहीं है. Now you talk to them. Now I was known for my talking to people.
Hmm.
So I called the marriage registrar in Delhi. I said, अब तो हम बॉम्बे में हैं पर हमें आना है. Please 12th July को जून को July. Yeah, we got married on 12th July. Yeah, either of us forget actually. This is funny. So we said 12th July को शादी कर दीजिए हमारी. तो ही सेड देखिए, आई सेड क्या है सर, हमने ना टिकट्स बुक कर ली है बाली की, वो है 12 तारीख को रात को. तो आप हमारी शादी करवा देंगे तो हम शादीशुदा होके चले जाए हनीमून पर. अब नहीं करेंगे तो भी हनीमून तो जाना ही पड़ेगा क्योंकि टिकट निकली है, बुकिंग हो गया, अभी पैसे थोड़ी ना हम जाया करेंगे, तो शादी करवा के ही भेज दीजिए. ही सेड ओके मैडम, आ जाइए. ही ऑल्सो आई थिंक लाफ्ड एंड सेड आ जाइए फिर करवा देंगे. तो 12th morning we all went. Then they were friends. Then we were thinking. Suddenly my cousin who lives in she was in Bombay. She said I will come. My mama came from somewhere. So Mandali jammed anyways.
Hmm. Hmm.
Uh, some friends, some whatever, some family members from my mother's side who were coming for a wedding, which was like what I call the formal wedding.
Yeah.
Uh, next day. And then somebody went to pick him up and they said, we are going to Samina's wedding now. He said, अरे पर कल, he said, नहीं नहीं ये तो आज ही कर डालेगी, फिर कल हम नॉर्मल अपना वेडिंग में शादी के दूसरे में जाएंगे. So that was another cousin who was getting married on the 13th in Delhi with like whatever, tamjam. So they just like people gathered and I wore a Fab India kurta and went to my wedding.
Wow.
Yeah, that was. And then we came back. I think my mother had, in the meantime, bought me a sari of some kind. It was very pretty. But my wedding sari was 5,000 rupees. That too, I thought was too much. Ma, who's going to wear this much? So then when I talk to people, now when I say to people some things, they tell me I'm a feminist, living feminist icon.
Hmm.
I am thankful that at least I did not spend money on my wedding sari,
Yeah.
because those are the things I would like to say to people. It's not the wedding, it's the marriage that you must worry about.
Yeah.
So so it was a very funny. We ordered a cake. So we wanted to do a few things that was in our heads, shadi. So we ordered a cake which was 2 layers. So there were
Hmm.
25 people. So we had one layer of this, one layer of that, because both of us loved this cake. Then the previous night, he was anyway staying with us in Delhi. My father was that time an MP. So we had a bungalow there in the Luton's Delhi, and Delhi was very new to me, anyways.
Hmm.
So I just come from UK after my PhD and joined this university. So he said, I don't have chappals. Let's go buy chappals the previous night. So we went to he buy his chappals. Then I realized I never have chappals. So let's buy whatever. I said, मुझे भी चाहिए, मेरा भी शादी है. So then I bought something. Then we came out. My whole I never go beyond how much in my head something must cost.
Right.
500 rupees for chappal. Even for wedding chappal, same thing. Then I'm very cheap in
Hmm.
uh, all of this. Then we came out and we saw, अरे मेहंदी. तो I said हमको लगवाना है. बाहर बैठ के औरतें कर रही थी. I said एक एक हाथ में लगा दीजिए. So we basically put mehendi on, he put on his left and I put, I think, aisa kuch. I put on my left and he put on his right. And so when he's driving, he can't really put whatever. So I am doing the
Wow.
gears and he's holding the wheel. And we drove back like that. And we have been managing like that, actually.
Wow.
That one hand on the gear and one hand on the wheel.
Wow.
So Gadi can be run like that by two people.
Yeah.
So it's okay if you have, and I've realized if it's okay, I mean, marriage is actually okay if you're half-half.
Hmm. Hmm.
You can be complete together. You can become
Yeah.
one whole person if you
Yeah.
gather many things, many strengths. So
Yeah.
we both have our own strengths. Sometimes his are more than my technical stuff, etc. Then I can deal with people's situations, etc. far more, maybe.
Yeah.
So that way, and we have gone now like this for 12 years. Yeah, 13, 12 years.
Mm-hmm.
It's been great because we don't really, we try to bother each other less.
Hmm.
So that's तो प्यार ज्यादा करना नहीं है,
Hmm.
कम करना है. And this was a learning in PhD. The supervisors would say, do less now. Less, bas ho gaya. Enough now, what you've done. Now don't do more. Now do less. Just focus on what you have. So that I thought was a good lesson for many other things also. ये बच्चों को हम इतना प्यार करते हैं लेकिन वो हमको कुछ do less. My general thing is कम करिए ना प्यार.
Hmm.
इतना भी क्यों करती हैं?
Hmm.
कष्ट नहीं करिए. प्यार should not become कष्ट.
That's
So
right.
so I thought you are off and you thought I am off and I
Oh.
am talking, right? This happens in many marriages, Neha. है ना. तो then so, and then immediately the next year, Inaya came because
Hmm.
I wanted to get married anyways to have children. I was 34 when I got married. So
Hmm.
that was also another thing. Many girls around me, they would watch me and say, ये करेगी उसके बाद हम कर लेंगे.
Hmm.
As long as she is, so because everyone is bothering their daughters, शादी कर लो, time चला जा रहा है. And then they would say, समीना ताई करेगी उसके बाद हम कर लेंगे. She's older to us. So then I got married at 34. But I used to say to them कि मेरा कोई भरोसा नहीं है. माने you can't wait for me.
Right.
I'm not like a marriageable kind of a person. तो तो they said neither are we. तो इसलिए हम रुकेंगे. हमको नहीं करनी. तो then I got married. Their mother said, देखो अब उसने भी कर ली. तो मैं से, ठीक है उसने 34 में की है. We will wait. So that I had a very funny thing. Plus, touchwood, since my marriage seemed next 10 years a good
Hmm.
marriage, they
Hmm.
also could say to their mothers कि ये तो लेट करके भी अच्छा ही चलता है. तो
Right.
आपको ये जो लग रहा है कि 20 साल में कर लेना चाहिए, एडजस्टमेंट हो जाती है,
Hmm.
ये कुछ नहीं है. हमको नहीं करना है एडजस्ट किसी
Hmm.
से.
Hmm.
So we will adjust with our lives, create our own space, our own vision, and then find a partner that matches our step. Not that at 20 find someone who's 30 already settled man,
Hmm.
and then keep settling with him. That is not necessary. The model seems to have changed in a way of marriage also. I think parenting models are dependent, and I like that about your question, Neha, that you are actually not starting with parenting model, because I think the marriage model is very important in parenting model. If you
Yeah.
already have a hierarchical marriage model,
Hmm.
or an extremely contentious and angry people living together, and they can't adjust with each other.
Hmm.
They're jealous of each other, they can't be supportive of each other. Then what is the kind of parenting they will do together or even individually? Maybe then individually people are better
Right.
and not together. And so what we say is, mixing coffee and sugar to cut my bitterness,
Hmm.
add that much sugar.
Hmm.
I like to think of it like this because I can be a bitter, angry person also. I'm also politically extremely opinionated, and I was raised in a certain kind of family and value system, ideological one. Whereas my partner is not all of those things. And yet, um, when actually a storm came my way, which was a very political storm, but it came into the university and in my teaching 2 years back. And I was on target as an academic, as there are. He stood by me steadfast like a rock without much drama. And I could not have imagined a lot of people around me, a lot there are, who spoke of left loudly,
Hmm.
who could have done that.
Right.
And that taught me a lot about ideology
Yeah.
and the power of love and ideology, and the difference between speaking and doing.
Wait. Yeah.
And I had anyways come to it actually as we grow older. I had in by my 40s, I realized that actually the ones who talk don't actually do.
Hmm.
भौंकने वाले कुत्ते काटते नहीं है.
Hmm.
तो कभी काटे भी तो, I've said to people, भाई कभी काटो,
Hmm.
काटते भी नहीं हो,
Hmm.
भौंकना भी बंद करो. So that has happened a lot, and it has actually settled me into my earlier realizations that actions actually speak much more. And then दूध का दूध पानी का पानी फटक से हो जाता है. That happened. So each experiences. Somebody sent me a share. Uh, I'll remember and tell you about this experience also. कि हर कोई कहाँ सीख सकता है, सीख कहाँ. हर एक को किसी किसी को हर एक को हादसा जरूरी है.
Hmm.
सो ऐसे ही सीख कहाँ पाए हैं हम लोग, आई थिंक, एंड हर एक को एक हादसा जरूरी है. सो वंस यू हैव दैट, देन हादसे से बड़ा ही khatak knowledge is very sharp and clear. So all of that is also interesting. So my marriage has gone through a lot of this also, which
Hmm.
is less than my parents who were political activists, and every day there was this drama. Every day people would come to our house for things,
Hmm.
and they were activists and they were actually inside things.
Hmm.
And mine is a very placid academic life, so I don't have much drama. But then I feel ये क्या ही हम करते हैं classroom में जाके, we talk so much and in reality we do nothing.
Yeah.
But then sometimes things happen and it's
Mhm.
interesting.
Yeah.
So
You know what I'm really interested about is you said आप शादी करना चाहते थे because you wanted to have kids. What about Rajdeep?
he just thought चलो कर ही लेते हैं शादी भी. It was very funny. So he came back from the US
Hmm.
and we all joined here, right? So we were all friends. He once, we are asking me and some friends, Are you're, he had told us that मेरे लिए देख रहे हैं
Hmm.
ये घर वाले. They decided देख लेंगे. तो he said, देख लो भाई. तो then someone asked him, अरे वो देख रहे थे क्या हुआ? He's like, I am thinking that these guys are looking for people that they would marry rather than people I would marry. So if it's actually a doctor or a whatever, they say nahi nahi. Huh? Whereas I cannot live with someone who's not working, does not have a thing of her own, vagra vagra. So I would better live with someone who has her own life.
Yeah.
बट अब कैसे बताएंगे ये सब, हाउ टू एक्सप्लेन ऑल दिस? इट कम्स फ्रॉम अ नॉर्मल इंडियन फैमिली. खेती बाड़ी भी है, नाइस स्ट्रॉन्ग फैमिली, वेरी attached with each other, but not like the mad radical thing that I came from.
Right.
So so then he, I think we went out and he just maybe he had a little crush, but you have little crushes on many people.
Yeah.
You don't marry all. So then कर लेते हैं. We got married. And it was funny because we went to his masis vagra vagra, and they were we went to his place after few months of our marriage,
Hmm.
and they had something like a small like a get together because his brother's little boy, our nephew, second nephew, was born. And there is, after 2-3 months, there is some kind of a
Yeah.
welcome of the baby ceremony. He said इसी में डाल देते हमारा भी,
Hmm.
introduction to you, तुम्हारा भी तो यहाँ new है.
Hmm.
So we had, his brother and him together had a get together,
Hmm.
and we all sat there, and this was in Telangana, it was in Hyderabad. So many people from my family also, they all came. From mine is also Hindu Muslim family, so
Right.
the Muslim side, Hindu side, they all came together, the close family. So some 30-40 people, I think, from my family also came, and they enjoyed Hyderabad. They went around, they saw the saris, they saw the whatever, and then the shadi food is also there. All kinds of non-veg, there is fish, mutton, chicken, everything. So my family, both sides, they were very pleased.
Hmm.
They are like, अरे नहीं तो हिंदू शादी में नहीं होता हमारे यहाँ
Hmm.
इन महाराष्ट्र. मुस्लिम शादी में तो ऑब्वियसली मटन, नहीं तो क्या शादी करेंगे.
Hmm.
तो देन तो यहाँ पे मटन भी होता है, दारू भी होता है रेड्डी शादी में. तो माने ये तो जरा हायर लेवल है. So then that was all fun. Everyone actually enjoyed, and his family, it was the first time they said outside of Telugu speakers, I think
Hmm.
outside of Reddy maybe,
Hmm.
that we are getting married into.
Hmm.
And they enjoyed it.
Hmm.
Then they came also for his parents, etc., were very okay with it. So
Hmm.
people watch your parents. What is their reaction? If
Right.
parents react stupidly, then all the chachas, mamas will come to do chow chow. So parents must always remember not to react negatively because your children are going to do it anyways.
Hmm.
So when he declared, that I will get married to this woman. His mother's first reaction was very nice. We met her. She was, full of smiles. And yeah, when he had brought his parents once as a friend to our offices, and I said, "Aiye, बैठिए, चाय मंगवाते हैं." Because I am दरबारी ना,
No.
तो I will call for whatever गप्पे मारो.
Hmm.
ऐसा I can hold a conversation singly also.
Yeah.
तो she said she was एकदम हंसमुख and बहुत सारा बतियाती है. It's nice only. She did not react to any of this like I'm half Muslim, that,
Hmm.
to all of them it should have been a lot of it. Drama
Yeah.
could have been a lot. Uh, but none of it happened.
Hmm.
And he did not expect any drama.
Hmm.
As the kind of person he is, he doesn't expect people to have drama on his life. He's
Hmm.
very clear on that. What will they say? I
Right.
have decided my life. People will fall in line. He does it softly, but he does it very firmly.
Wow.
I do a lot of drama because I expect a lot of drama. He
Hmm.
doesn't at all. So that's also interesting. And everyone else fell in line and they were very interested in meeting the Marathi and whatever and ye wo.
Hmm.
And our family came to Hyderabad. They were so very pleased. Arey wah, sab type ka khana hai, and all kinds of things. So it was interesting. I mean, mixing. And Rajdeep, obviously, one chitti, I think one Chinnamma came to me and said, I really, we were very worried about him. And I'm thinking, yeah, you're either thinking he's 35 now or 34, whatever, similar age. Maybe he's a year younger to me. So they must have thought, अभी ये तो गे है, ये
Hmm.
तो कुछ शादी तो होगा नहीं इसका. तो और एक कोई गर्लफ्रेंड थी यूएस में, उनको मालूम था पर वो छोड़ गई है, अभी इसका कैसे होगा. एंड इन इंडियन फैमिलीज शादी इज अ मेन थिंग.
Yeah.
बच्चे होने चाहिए, बाकी कुछ हो ना हो. तो देन शी वाज लाइक, तो वी वर थिंकिंग कि अब इसका क्या होगा. एंड आई थिंक शी ट्राइड टू टेल मी दैट, देन वी थॉट दैट ही विल सेटल. He will
Hmm.
have to settle for, like, जो रिश्ते आते हैं उसमें कुछ कुछ whatever. They have this whole hierarchy of रिश्ते, right?
Right.
तो फिर उसमें होगा कि लुक्स नहीं है, मनी नहीं है, एजुकेशन नहीं है, दैट काइंड ऑफ हायरार्की ऑफ व्हाटएवर. So then she wanted to tell me that you're pretty and you're educated and your father is an MP, and everything that others are looking for when they do look for rishta, he just managed without doing anything. I'm thinking hierarchy does not work like that.
Yeah.
In relationships, when you find your own mates, you don't go looking for whatever. So if they thought, what did this 1 2 3 4 things see in this guy, what
Yeah.
does he have? They haven't seen what he is. They only know what his family can offer,
Right.
how much land they have, what is the status they have. But they can't imagine a partner
Hmm.
that is a support all through your life.
Hmm.
And as a woman, that's the most important thing that you must have. So his value is underappreciated in marriage market,
Right.
where they are going to go by looks, money, gora hai ki nahi hai,
Hmm.
etc. He is very good looking also. That is a different thing. But
Different.
I keep telling him, I made you good looking. Once
Hmm.
you got married, tab ke baad, शादी के बाद सुंदर दिखने लगे हो. But with all that, हो जाता है मर्दों के साथ, बेचारों के साथ. So then, but with this, the marriage market is a very strange market. A lot of good men don't, because they're good, they actually are low on this list.
Hmm.
And the ones who will be good partners,
Hmm.
how will you recognize that in this market where you are not actually putting the man's virtues,
Yeah.
but all of that he can, give rather than what he can be?
Hmm.
This guy will not be a bother.
Hmm.
How will you know that in this arranged marriage market, right?
Yeah.
So I call it a marriage market. I think it is. Everyone knows that.
Yeah.
So it's like an industry. It is a market. So the 1 2 3 and the brand is very clear there. Neha is not creating the brand. So then that's why it's a problematic brand creation.
Yeah.
So how will this person be? I would have been a very bad marriageable girl,
Yeah.
right? Because I was never going to make rotis. I'm now learning. So that's interesting. मतलब घर पे खाना है इसलिए.
Hmm.
I could not do anything. I am not at all polite. Um, or many things, I go with my own thing first, then other things follow. And I would have been terrible. But I am actually to him a very good partner
Hmm.
because we pamper each other. In fact, with children also, we put each other first rather than the
Wow.
child first.
Hmm.
And that we have realized actually helps with children also because a child falls, mothers shout at the fathers first.
Hmm.
How did he fall? Lag
Hmm.
raha hai itna. And then they look very sheepish, very guilty. ये guilt ये उसका कोई काम नहीं है
Hmm.
relationships में. So children become like the focal point, and you become the child management agency
Yeah.
rather than being partners. Child management हो जाता है वक्त.
Hmm.
But we never did that. We focused on each other all the time,
Hmm.
and for first ourselves.
Yeah.
So me first, my partner second,
And then
then the children,
hmm.
then the whole world.
Hmm. If at all.
So if at all, no, world, and for me the political world, personal world are actually together. So
Hmm.
it's always there.
Hmm.
And that also I think is when people say good human beings. What does that mean? We are going to raise our children to be good human beings. Uska matlab kya hai?
Hmm.
Because if you don't talk to your maid nicely,
Hmm.
then how are your children going to be good human beings? अंकल को नमस्ते करो, आंटी जी बोलो, पैर पड़ो, ये सब करो, मंदिर जाओ, दिया लगाओ, और फिर अंडर पे योर स्टाफ
Hmm.
and don't treat them as humans.
Hmm.
That doesn't actually make. तो संस्कारी लड़कियां लड़के जो है आसपास मेरे तो बहुत ही हो जाते हैं. Because I
Hmm.
teach in a very elite, I do call it elite, but rich place.
Hmm.
And they are sanskari in one type and terrible on the other.
Hmm.
So, so that is also there. How parenting? What are the principles of parenting?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Who are we in the world? What is our space in the world?
Yeah.
How much can we take from nature? How much should our greed be? Uh, and what we call development, for example. After cutting trees, a plot becomes development plot.
Hmm.
Aisa kaisa? So, what are we going to leave for the next generation? There will be no trees in, say, in next 50 years. So then ये संस्कारी बच्चे क्या करेंगे? बड़ी बड़ी बिल्डिंग्स में रह के,
Hmm.
20th floor, you can see the sea but no tree. So, I mean, all of this is very strange, right?
Yeah.
Then you go to the jungle to look for trees.
Yeah.
What is this? The jungle is very worried. I get, Marathi poems from very interesting poets that say now jungle डर गया है.
Hmm.
अब ये जैसे ही मई का महीना आ जाता है और स्कूल की छुट्टियां चालू हो जाएंगी, जंगल पहले से ही डर गया है कि आप लोग जाओगे, आवाज करोगे, हर जगह जाके कूदोगे, पानी की तरफ जाओगे, अ, कोई बाहर नहीं आ पाएगा, पानी नहीं पी पाएगा, छुप के रह जाएंगे क्योंकि आप लोग तो सब जगह जाओगे, लोगों को डराओगे, सभी लोग डर के बैठ जाएंगे. तो
Hmm.
2 महीना आपका ये सब टॉर्चर्स है कि फिर आप चले जाओगे, फिर जंगल सांस लेगा, प्राणी बाहर आएंगे, पानी पिएंगे, पंछी बाहर आएंगे, चहचहेंगे.
Wow.
So it's a so what we are doing with our children is not just what we are doing with our children, right?
Yeah.
It's what we are living as human beings, as societies. That if we actually let go of all the principles of our elders, in a way, what tribal societies would call elders.
Yeah.
Elders, I don't mean the Khap Panchayat kind of,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
people who looked at the world wisely
Yeah.
and took only what was needed
Yeah.
and applied with love. If that does not carry on, then we raise our children to be part of a barren world.
Hmm.
So all of that I try to bring into my parenting, but no lectures.
Hmm. Yeah.
None of this I will speak to the child.
Yeah.
We will just go look for the birds.
Hmm.
And they are very, they know 50 types of birds, I think more. So maybe 100. And they know everything about the bird. So they
Wow.
go quietly, they look for the birds, they know their um, personality, what they eat, what they will do, the noises. Because also we live on a campus which has managed to keep birds. It's a beautiful campus. And they walk around, they do look at trees, they look at birds. And now they have anyways gone to Krishnamurti school in Pune.
Hmm.
Uh, and it's an
What a
experiment. We shall see how that goes. So there also they are learning to be uh, I used to think Inaya, my older one, is a pakka Krishnamurti type of a child anyways.
hmm.
She's stickler for rules, but it's in the very Michel Foucault type of a thing, governmentality.
Hmm.
It will not come, rules will be very strict, but implementation will be very soft.
Hmm.
So and Krishnamurti schools do that. I find the rules very strict,
Hmm.
severe in fact, but the implementation is very soft. So, and she does very well in that kind of a place. Nobody's telling her off,
Hmm.
but she will follow.
Yeah.
So she is an ideal citizen. The other one is very MF Hussain. So she walks barefoot uh, everywhere, unkempt hair,
Hmm.
and paints all day long,
Wow.
and does just what she pleases.
Hmm.
So I am quite worried and thrilled for her. Rules don't apply to her. And anyways, I am a type that rules don't apply to me also, most
Yeah. Yeah.
institutions or social rules, etc. So but I do wear chappals, but actually even on campus I have gone without chappal uh, as well, and gone to teach also like that.
Hmm.
So she does that all the time, and she also is late everywhere. The
Hmm.
little one, who's the
Yeah.
adopted little one, and so she started running when we were with her in the school. And I said, suddenly after breakfast, I am late for my guitar class. So I said, what time was the guitar class? She says, while we were eating breakfast. I said, okay. Then she runs. Then I run after her. Then she runs and gets into a class and goes and sits on the first bench. And that poor teacher gives her a guitar. She starts doing. I am checking. The time is 8:30, and then I'm checking the timetable. Their fourth standard to fifth standard was 8 to 8:30. Her time is done. She goes at 8:30. She starts doing. Okay. I mean, if the teacher doesn't mind and throw her out, she's do this. I think it's fine. She's managing her own way. You ask her, what time is this supposed to be? She says, I don't know. I go when others go. What time is your lunch? I don't know. I go when others go. So, if you say your teacher says you are late for everything, she says that is true. You say, and your teacher also says you are when work is given in the class, you look here, you look there, you talk to this one, talk to that one, and don't start immediately. Hence, you can't finish in time. She says, that is true, too. That is the whole conversation because I don't tell her anything.
Hmm.
I decided, what is the point of me trying to keep her timetable when I'm not really around?
Yeah.
Let teachers, and they are managing with her.
Hmm.
It's fine. The number one, that was another kind of thing. The teacher said, your number one only reads at all possible times. So I know clearly. That's why I sent her to you, because
Yeah.
she read 500 pages when she was 9 years old
Wow.
a day. And once I asked her, we were in Germany. I was on this Humboldt fellowship. I was in Berlin. I asked her, how many pages do you read a day? She said 500. I'm thinking, कुछ भी बोल रहा है. So we don't say anything. I will spy on her, right?
Hmm.
So I am thinking, I told Rajdeep, this one is saying 500 pages. He said, possible. So I said, okay. Then we had gone to a library. I said, Abhi tum log na, you guys sit here in this children's section. I will go roam around and come back. So they sat. Uh, I left them and came back in 1 hour and 15 minutes. And I saw her pick up a big book and start with page number one. And when I came back, she was page number 118.
Wow.
So I said, अच्छा how much कितना हुआ? हाँ यहाँ तक हुआ है now. Okay, are we going? Okay. So she doesn't want to leave the book, but we were on the way to the airport. So it was true that she can read 500 pages. This was then. So
Hmm.
now it will be much worse, this
Yeah.
situation. So then we thought, Arey, but beta, if you only read, what will you do else in life? Right? How about sport, art, singing, music? Kuch to chahiye life mein. Then she's gone there. So obviously, teachers say all spare moments, she's on her bed reading because she finishes one whole book in a day. Then she returns to the library next day, she gets another one. This after doing all the other things because it's a very busy place and she
Hmm.
loves everything, which is also funny. Oh, love Zumba. I love this block of whatever pottery, or whatever. So I said, okay, so what is the problem? The problem is that she's not putting effort into making friends with anyone.
Hmm.
In the when there is a time for batch games,
Hmm.
she's not going. She defines if it's mandatory, she will do stuff. Otherwise, she's with her book. So then I said, then what do you want me to do? Because I, anyways, do not believe that a person should waste time in yapping with people.
Right.
But I don't see that because I do a lot of yapping also. But currently not. But as a child, I used to hold my darbars. I was known for that particular thing. Ki kitna batiati hai.
Hmm.
Right? What Ismat Chugta calls jumlebazi.
Hmm.
I used to do jumlebazi a lot. And but my grandmother was a writer,
Hmm.
and she was a known not fiction intellectual writer in Maharashtra. Her
Hmm.
name was Nalini Pandit.
Hmm.
So now, when this daughter of mine, when she's standing with her bag at even age 3 or 4, and the photos go within the family, my mommy looks at the photo and laughs and says, exactly like
Hmm.
exactly like my Ajji. And she looks at 4, exactly like her great grandma, tapping her foot, waiting by her luggage. Abhi chalo, why are these people wasting their time? Mine is just, I have to now go. So at 4 also, she did not look back at the father, mother and say, none of that. So now I said, she's like my grandmother by
Yeah.
temperament. And she had an excellent life in the sense of, contributions and whatever. She did not miss on people. I
Yeah.
mean, she did not have enough of people, but she was an icon.
Yeah.
So now what am I going to tell this one?
Yeah.
Um, So then she said, well, she smiled. She said, I understand. The teacher also said, I understand what you mean. I said, let her find if she misses, but she might miss people. I
Yeah.
said, good. If she misses people, she will find ways to make amends.
Right.
Then I went to her class. Boys are all sitting together, pushing each other.
Hmm.
Girls are sitting at the back, giggling.
Hmm.
This madam is sitting alone. So I go, I sit next to her. I say, you are not sitting there. You don't need people, kya?
Hmm.
No, mama, I've got books, na?
Hmm.
I said, okay. Now, but if you actually see, she's self-assured. So
Hmm.
she's not, she's not as a aloof, but aloof,
Hmm.
but always with people. And then I realized later, I mean, the teacher would have realized also, there was some friendship day, and she received 15 handmade friendship
Wow.
bands.
Wow.
Whereas the
How do you
younger one
do
was
that? How do you do that without making friends?
because the aloof ones are more attractive to people, maybe. We also fell for guys who did not look at us, no? So, and those were the crushes that remained unnecessarily long.
Yeah.
So, that may be the thing that, she aloof, but she's not uh, unfriendly. She's
Hmm.
always talking to people, is with them. I saw her and I was a bit worried when the teacher said, but I saw her sitting with cats, sitting with other people, talking to them, etc., etc., all the time. But if you went and said, where is Inaya? They would turn around. People are sitting outside yapping. They would say, Inaya must be on her bed reading.
Hmm.
So if there was a chunk of whatever, they would just say she's there. But whereas Ilika changed, she is according to me a people pleaser, the
Hmm.
little one.
Hmm.
And I used to wonder if it's also to do with adoption that you feel that you um, must please people. So I
Hmm.
used to try to tell her in different ways that you don't need to please us.
Yeah.
I mean, in whatever way we have to love you, that's how it is. So, since you are our child, whatever you do, that's how it's not like constantly pleasing behavior is necessary. But she can be a pain in the ass also, so which is okay. I mean, they are children. But she has become different there. Somebody came and spoke to her a little bit harshly. She turned around and said, back off.
Oh, wow.
I had never seen her, do that. She's always this cute, cute thing and
Hmm.
always doing fashionista business and saying I'm suffering for fashion and like with hair like this, with hair like this. Okay. Like I'm in Berlin, I can't pull that hair back bodily. I'm like,
Yeah.
what is that hair, beta? It's actually covered one eye. Like I'm suffering for fashion, mama. I don't need both the eyes to see. One is enough. Like, आने दे वापस. So then, beta, you don't need to suffer for anything. You're just 9 years old. Suffering is not necessary for fashion, for culture, for state, for nothing. But so that one is, I thought she was like that. She's soft on people or whatever. But here, because in the previous school, she would be like, I'm always going to be kind to my classmates, even if they push me, I don't do anything, etc., etc. Whereas here, she's become like, hey, kya hai re? Ja, chal put. ये क्या हो गया? So maybe hostel and when they themselves live on their own,
Yeah.
they find themselves and there must be something that is individual, something that comes from. So it's currently an experiment. We shall also see how much the mother survives it, how much the children survive it,
How long
both sides.
have they been there?
Just for a few months now. So
Oh,
they went
wow.
on in fourth and sixth,
Okay.
which to me is young, but then it's a good time to go. In fact, I would have them back after a couple of years because
Hmm.
by then they can manage their own thing, right? They can go to school alone. So if I was in Berlin or any other place abroad, I would have to otherwise take them to school, bring them back, etc., etc. Here and then there are all these activities that
Hmm.
we are supposed to do, like the Chinese and Indian moms, and then that would take too much of their and my time, whereas here together everything is concentrated, whole day they do everything. And the school has a very important theological philosophical kind of bent,
Right.
reflection and contemplation, and all of that is important. Number one is all the time doing it anyways, but
Hmm.
number two might learn a little bit from that because she's the action person. So both need, I think the thinkers need action and action people need thinking.
Yeah.
So they are two different types and they both need the other side,
Yeah.
as we all do. So that I feel, but it's just now they have gone. And then I might, the school goes till 12th,
Hmm.
but, and it might be quite useful, but we shall see,
Yeah.
because there is also value in being with your own parents.
Yeah. Yeah.
And parents, if they are not terribly bad,
Hmm. Yeah.
that's not a given always. So
Yeah.
then that's a, so that we shall see how that goes. I would have liked to have them around and then they go themselves, come back themselves, kind of a thing. So maybe a little bit, a few more years of this,
Yeah.
2 years or so, and then we shall see again
Yeah.
how it goes.
I want
They
to
are enjoying
also.
it a lot.
Oh, I am so glad to hear that because, little kids, they want to be with their parents as much as the parents want to be with the kids. Kids also want to be with the parents.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
They also miss us a lot. And when we were there, then like the half an hour before we left, there was, I want to go home,
hmm,
and a little bit of tears, etc. But then if you talk to them and you say, but what will you do? You want to come to Bombay to that kachra that you
hmm,
keep saying, kitna kachra, or to whatever. Then they said, you are to having lots of fun. Abhi to ye hoga, next ye hoga. And they're like, okay then. So they enjoyed, already they had realized that they like it there.
hmm,
1 month there, they had settled. And they were also not first time going away from us. We send them everywhere anyways. So
right.
that's also in the parenting pattern. What do? We send them away.
Hmm,
Wherever people ask and wherever they say, yes, we will go, we send. So
hmm.
that has been from the very beginning.
What do you mean,
Her
very beginning? Like, mm,
H2.
wow.
H2, her Akta said send her to. So I sent her the older one. Inaya,
Yeah.
she went to her at 10 months. She came back from England with my parents and realized once they reached in Bombay that actually her mother is not there.
Oh, wow.
In the flight, she just was asking for prawns, asking for, I think she wanted the whiskey also. And so she was like, I want this. So she just become 10 months or whatever. And uh, no, not the first time. I think, no, my parents, 2 years. When she was nearly 2 years, she came back with my parents
Wow.
uh, and stayed here for maybe 2 weeks without me.
Wow.
And then when she was a little bit older, she went to her atta. So my sister-in-law, she said, send. So she went. So very early on, the older one has gone, younger one also. And together, because they're a gang,
Yeah.
they will say, we will go together.
Hmm.
And so this, when they couldn't talk, we made the decision
Yeah.
and sent, and between adults. And I could watch her on videos and whatever, that she's looking a little lost in the beginning for the first few days when she went to my sister-in-law.
Yeah.
She would be a little, and then in a few days, her eyes changed, her demeanor changed. Then she was very settled there. And she stayed a long time, nearly a month. And she
Wow.
would sit there in the middle of all the, grandmothers and aunts and cousins and speak in Telugu,
Wow.
which she later lost,
Oh.
which is sad, because
Hmm.
she was at age 4 speaking 4 languages
Wow.
quite fluently.
Hmm.
Then she lost Telugu. Now she understands but doesn't speak.
Hmm.
Because her cousins also now speak to her in English, and
Yeah.
so then English becomes the dominant language because children understand class very quickly.
Hmm.
Dogs understand class on campus, I feel.
Yeah.
They will surround a person with a dupatta and wagtails at the shorts wearing person. As I
Yeah.
have both, so I experience both. So same, children also get that. They get
Yeah.
class, what language is class language,
Yeah.
etc. So now it's English, Hindi, Marathi,
Hmm. Hmm.
but Telugu is lost, to my great dismay,
Yeah.
because I don't speak it also. So it's the
Yeah.
father tongue rather
Yeah.
than the mother tongue. There is a book now, Father. Father tongue, mother, which says that the Creoles, the languages that were mixed on African,
Yeah.
on the settlements where slaves came from Africa, and the structure is the languages that were there, and the words are from the father tongues.
Yeah.
So the mix can happen of languages, but here actually we stick to our languages. It's also interesting because my nephew is half Chinese.
Oh,
uh, my brother raises his children in Oxford with his wife who's Chinese. And so they speak their own languages. So he speaks Marathi, Mandarin, and English
wow.
very fluently.
Hmm.
All of them very Puritan style of Marathi. So he speaks a language which is मी फटफटी समोरून आली मी दुचाकीवर जात होता मग आमचा अपघात झाला कार्यालयात जाताना.
Hmm.
So that then we look at each other and say, what did he say? So because we are like office, scooter, bicycle.
Yeah.
And then he comes and says, and he knows, he knew, started realizing that what his father is teaching him is taken as a joke by others.
Yeah.
So he started saying to me, Brahman your Brahman is there. And I'd be like, Chup. So he would laugh. What's this? So he would be like, he now gets it that it's actually for the rest of Marathi speakers, all of this is funny.
Funny.
And they don't even get it, the
Yeah.
language he learned, because they were doing pure language
Yeah.
without the influence of other languages. So he speaks three. So together they speak Marathi to each other
Hmm.
also.
Hmm.
So it's funny when they all are together that they are speaking in Marathi
Yeah.
rather than in English then, because the family language becomes Marathi. I
Yeah.
met one more friend in Berlin who again her children speak Marathi uh, because she's a Maharashtrian. Then English, which they learned, I think, but actually father is French and they are in Berlin. So Marathi, French were their first languages. Then school was German
Hmm.
and English. So it's very cute. So they, when our children met, they again were speaking in Marathi, and
Marathi.
both of them have different accents.
Right.
Only Inaya has the Marathi accent.
Hmm.
Rest of them have very mixed accents.
Yeah.
So it's very cute, and I don't try to change people's accents at all, or any grammatical errors or anything. I think it's there is nothing like a pure language.
Hmm.
So it's praman bhasha or not praman bhasha, शुद्ध or अशुद्ध ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता.
Yeah.
So it's only the language of the classes and the masses. So
Yes.
with all of that, I mean, it's not my belief alone. A lot of people are working on this. So so that also makes it's a cuter language
Yeah.
that they
Yeah.
all speak together. So all our children have, and children resolve the issue of adoption. If you were to ask an
Yeah.
adoption question, I'm going to. Do you have an adoption
Yes.
question, Neha? So please ask. Then I will.
So, please answer. I am
Is it
so
is it difficult
fascinated.
to is it difficult to tell your child kind of thing, right? Someone asked me the other day also, do you love both your children the same way?
Did someone
How is
ask you that?
Yeah, I'm like, no, they that very nicely, as in, is there a difference? Is there a
Hmm.
difference in the love that you feel? So yeah, possibly there is. But then when people have asked me, I think I shared this piece with you also, that when
Yeah.
people have asked me in a mandali and put me on the spot, I do it very well to put them back on the spot. So this doesn't work with me. So, but are you sure you will love both your daughters the same way? So I say, Auntie, are you sure you love your son and daughter the same way?
Hmm.
Or the son who is earning and the son who's not earning?
Hmm.
You do, or the daughter who's fair and the daughter who's not fair.
Yeah.
Such simple things that you actually make discrimination on. And then you're asking me this question. If I've done it on my own,
Hmm.
people did not hoist this child on me.
Right.
I went looking for her,
Yeah.
right? So it is, uh, it's a very stupid question.
Yeah.
Do I love my child? What is this? Then it's also, uh, if she asks me, then I will think about whatever. So she
Yeah.
has asked me, which is the tummy that I came from.
Hmm.
So then I said, I don't know that tummy
Hmm.
actually. And but it was very lucky that you came to me.
Hmm.
But it's also luck that Inaya came to me, because there is a whole process in which Inaya could be Kinaya, Kimaya, Limaya, anything,
Hmm.
right? There are hundreds of whatever in this whole biological process also. She could be anything else.
Yeah.
So that she's become this is not like an archetype that I would have had a daughter just like this.
Yeah.
And so same way you came to me. And so I used to say to her that thank you for becoming my daughter, Lika.
Hmm.
So she would say, but thank you for being my mother then.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
she also realizes that it's a great thing
Hmm.
that we met. But she doesn't know the chances could have been very slim
Yes.
in this of meeting. Now I know, right? So I think it's a great thing. But then I don't think ये नहीं होता दूसरा होता तो क्या
Hmm.
होता वगैरह.
Hmm.
All of this, that's very funny because I don't have a lot of questions and worries. So when people ask me, I am like, अच्छा आप लोग ये भी सोचते हो?
Hmm.
Then it must be difficult for you. My favorite sentence to my brother used to be, it must be very difficult to be you, my dear.
Hmm.
And he would say, yes, that's difficult for me. क्योंकि तुम्हारे मन में इतनी चीजें हैं, सवालात है. Must be very difficult being yourself. So it is difficult to be Sameena also. But in this, it is not so
Hmm.
difficult.
Yeah.
Being a mother is very easy for me
Hmm.
because don't have a lot of questions. I
Hmm.
am very sure of a lot of things. And so when I told her, if anybody comes to you and says anything, you are to say to them, you have to actually quietly go put your nose to their nose and say, I'm a Naga warrior.
Hmm.
We don't just kill our enemies, we hang their heads. कभी घर आना
Hmm.
मेरी मम्मी. So, but when she was a young child, she was so lovely that she did not need all of this.
Yeah.
But we thought growing up in North India, that is Rajdeep's worry more than mine, that growing up in North India, if she's in Delhi, she looks different, then she will have trouble, vagra vagra. We will see. I don't think any trouble will come her way that easily. And
Hmm.
she's actually surrounded by a lot of stuff,
Yeah.
But so this I have said, I don't know that, who, etc. But you have a chance after 18 to find out.
Yeah.
I am told actually it's like meeting strangers, etc. But if she wants to, she should go find and see.
Yeah.
But I explained to her, did she not like me? She
Hmm.
asked me this also. So I said there was no time for her to like or not like. Who can not like you?
Hmm.
Everyone loves you.
Hmm.
But she was a 17-year-old girl. She was in like just a late teenager
Hmm.
who could not manage on her own a
Hmm.
baby. She's
Hmm.
herself a baby. She needs to grow up. So then, if she is a grown woman, when you are whatever, you can try finding her
Hmm.
if you
How
feel like
old,
it.
how
This is also
old
only of the.
was she when you started having these conversations with her?
This was now last year or so, but children manage themselves actually the information. How will you tell her?
Hmm.
My somebody had, within the family had said, I'm very curious how you will tell her. I want to be around,
Hmm.
and I want to learn also how this will be done. So I said nahi aise kuch hua, that
Hmm.
there was no event,
Hmm.
because there is, amongst the children they used to discuss, and Inaya used to tell that I went to bring Ilika, I brought her, I fed her. Clearly, she has done everything. So, they and parents were just around,
Yeah.
the bearers of bringing these two girls back. So
Hmm.
she went to Nagaland because
Hmm.
she wanted a little sister, and she met this little sister. They gave her to her, and she brought her back.
Wow.
And then she was feeding her lots of milk, and she started feeding her Kela
Hmm.
because she was a very hungry child, this little baby. So, bas, the story is like that. That Inaya brought me, and she was actually feeding me banana. I was hungry. So then others actually in front of me once, my friend's daughter, my neighbors, she said, Mama, we have to go to Nagaland.
Hmm.
So Mama said, why?
Hmm.
Because I want a little sister.
Hmm.
So she said, Acha, yeah, you get little sisters there. She said, who told you? Ilika told me, Mama, you get little sisters there. So she said, okay, beta, if I am in the market for a little sister for you ever, I will keep
Really?
this in mind.
Yeah.
It's a good information. Thank you for sharing it with me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they all decided that if you have, and the friend wanted a little sister. Then she said, if she mother is not taking me there, you only become my little sister for some time. So that was also because this one was a little sister, everyone wanted there.
Yeah.
But I mean, my nephew came and asked my brother, Baba, how old was I when I came from Nagaland?
Hmm.
He said, you, beta, you came from your, hospital,
Hmm.
the mother's tummy.
Hmm.
So then he went back. He said, I came from my mother's tummy.
Hmm.
So then they realized there are two types of babies.
Right.
Some come from mother's tummies, some come from Nagaland.
Hmm.
So these are two types. So,
Yeah.
okay, they decided this works.
Yeah.
So they were fine with it. We didn't have to interfere. Then slowly, I think it's not about the conversation contour changes.
Right.
So in the beginning, it was just we came from Nagaland, we were eating bananas.
Hmm.
Then slowly, who could be the mother?
Hmm.
And that has come slowly. Do you love me? Why? Etc. How did you get me? This. So all of that. Then who was that person? Why did she not want me? More stuff will come. I
Hmm.
think the questions keep coming
Yeah.
as it's a layered. Our understanding of the world is a very layered process, right? So first was very simple.
Hmm.
Food and place was all the same.
Yeah.
It didn't realize that there is a body involved or whatever. Now slowly that has come. Many more stuff will come.
Yeah.
I mean, it's okay.
Yeah.
All types of things will happen. It's not just the adopted child who will be a troubled soul, right?
Yeah.
Everyone will be troubled.
Yeah.
And so this is just one more layer. Why we find it easy, I mean, I find it easy, is because, and maybe some people don't, is because my life and our collective family life is not so monocultural.
Right.
We don't have one particular culture into which an alien child has entered.
Yeah.
We were already Hindu Muslim.
Hmm.
Then we were in the next generation mix of languages.
Yeah.
Then the third generation comes with different looks. So
Hmm.
now it's all the children. If you look at the children in my family, they all have different look than what you have as a normal. Only Inaya would have but it's also Telugu Marathi mix.
Yeah.
But otherwise, there is no racial difference. But then
Right.
Ilika looks Naga. But Ishan and Ira are mix of Indian and Chinese. So
Right.
that's also the eyes are big,
Hmm.
and but the features are, and they're super pretty. I
Hmm.
feel Ishan will be a hero if he decides to join Bollywood. So that in all of this we have several languages, many religions.
Hmm.
So there is not this one child that
Right.
is different than the rest of the family.
Yeah.
All the family is mix,
Hmm.
and all types of people are there already. This was part of my mother's family. She used to say, my family has all religions
Hmm.
already. Then other nationalities came, other races came, languages. Then it doesn't really matter. One child is not, I mean, it's just one of the uniquenesses and quirks.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
can't be more quirky than I am, right? No one can be more chaotic or crazy. So she is actually better. So that way.
Yeah, yeah. I am so interested to know right now they are so young. But if they listen to both of them, if they listen to this episode, say 10 years, 15 years from now, what would you want them to take away from hearing their mother's voice?
I hope the mother's voice will be there 20 years later,
Yeah.
that time talking to them. And they may not want to hear their mother's voice from one more channel. They'll be like, boss.
Mm.
So, I don't know. All of this they know.
Hmm.
It's not spoken directly,
Yeah.
um, but things are known
Hmm.
to them. I don't do anything as an event like good touch, bad touch,
Yeah.
but I
Yeah.
tell them
Hmm.
everything. Like no one can touch you without your permission anywhere,
Hmm.
and definitely not in the inner body that you don't actually even show. So, nobody, I never say uncle se baat karo.
Hmm.
Children don't. And we also do that with other children. When we say bye, they don't, right? Then my mothers will say, auntie is saying bye to you, you should say bye. I'm like, no,
Hmm.
we should earn their trust. We
Right.
should earn their smiles. They can't be bestowing it upon us. They are the kings. They're
Hmm.
little children. Why should they be doing whatever? We will earn it. So we get very competitive
Hmm.
about children, smiling at us. And we will show them lots of things. Chalo beta, we will show you the trees and the flowers and the whatever. And then after this whole conversation of 10 minutes, the child will reluctantly say bye, because she should also think you guys are worth her attention.
Yeah.
Why? Otherwise, will she? So I told her, one mother just the other day, she's just 2 years old, never say uncle se baat wat karo.
Hmm.
Especially the uncles should not be around our children, anyways,
Yeah.
and they should earn their trust.
Hmm.
And even after that, the child should know that they should come to her mother at any point.
Yeah.
And there is no secret between mother and you, at least till age 20 or
Hmm.
whatever.
Whatever. Hard.
So till you are, safe.
Yeah.
So with all of that, we do all this, but without much drama. Like, let us sit down and they do this. We want a meeting, Mama. And then they come and, Mama, we want a meeting. Like,
What are the
okay,
meetings about?
meeting. We don't want to go to Germany and eat your bhajis and masalas.
Hmm.
Okay, what then? We will eat what the Germans eat. What do the Germans eat? Sausage and bread. Okay. Salad? Salad is okay. And something I asked her. Salad is okay. And bread is okay. Cheese? Yes.
Hmm.
So then I said, great. Who thought? मैंने कौन जाके दाल चावल तुम्हारे लिए बनाएगा? So we went, and first, I think a month we ate only this. And then afterwards we are in Warsaw, and Inaya starts saying, I am missing dal chawal and bhindi bhaji. Rajdeep says, Inaya, you said all of this, and now you are like. Then he went, we were with friends from America and Ukraine actually. So they were also a mixed family, and I used to say to them, Bapre, look at your babies, you make really pretty children. And they would say right back at you. So there were all these, very pretty children around. And so we said, let us make now Indian khana.
Yeah.
So we did dal chawal bhindi bhaji, chicken curry, salad, raita, ye wo, sab kuch. Because anyways we wanted to make for them, but then we couldn't let her see the end of it. Ki kya hai ye? Bhindi bhaji kha raha hai. So so these are their meetings. We want to, or Mama, can we have 20 rupees to what for? To go to the other side of campus and buy some kachra. I call all of this food kachra. They also come and say, can we go buy some kachra? So I say, what kachra will you buy? Can I know first? So they buy some juice and some chips and they come back or whatever. Because they are not living in the city. So their
Yeah.
influences are very limited. They don't know that all this exists, what
Right.
money can buy.
Right.
And I have also sent them to place where money won't buy anything.
Yeah.
So that is also there.
Yeah. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. I have two last questions for you, Sameena, before we close this conversation. If you were to sit across your pre-parent self, what advice would you give her? Is there an advice that you would give her?
Nothing, because actually, pre parent, we can't imagine all this.
Yes.
And people had said a lot of things to me then, which could have been useful or not useful. It did not register.
Hmm.
The paradigm is a shift,
Hmm.
is not a degree of things.
Hmm.
And then a lot of things that people said to me, when you become a mother, you will do just this. I don't.
Yeah.
I did not become. So I used to say to them, I will not become you, na. I
Hmm.
will just become my mad self.
Yeah.
If it's a motherhood makes you mad, which is true, I will just become my own mad self. Na? I
Yeah.
will not become mad like, oh, mere bacche kya khayenge, or my bachcha should not play with the bhangi's son.
Hmm.
Suddenly, I'm not going to become like I'm a caste scholar. I am not suddenly going to become a caste-based biased mother.
Right.
Ki, when you become a mother, you will start thinking about all of these things. No, I am going to think more. Why are Palestine children dying? That I did not think as a non-mother. So
Right.
I used to breastfeed, and I used to feel this, my blood and sweat and milk is going into a little baby, and a child that is lost in a fight, in a battle, is lost. A mother's life is taken away from her. And I used to actually feel more keenly
Hmm.
on my political beliefs, not the other way around.
Right.
I used to feel that thing must stop now,
Yeah.
because when a child is killed by a bullet, how much the mother's life is gone, right? So I started giving more money on the street to bikaris and whatever. It did not change. I
Hmm.
felt, why? What will the child eat if I don't give him now?
Hmm.
So that bikaris should not be given money. All of that is fine.
Hmm.
Nonsense.
Hmm.
So, otherwise we are feeding the system. What system are you not feeding otherwise? We're
Hmm.
feeding capitalism. We're feeding prostitution. We're feeding everything. Only the bichara bacha who's asking for food should not be given money.
Yeah.
Feed systems anyways. Why should I not feed someone? Or I would see a mother with a child, I would feel that her hunger in on her face, because you are so much more hungry as a breastfeeding mother. I would give far more money to women with very little babies. And all this talk doesn't help.
Hmm.
अरे मत दो, वो तो बाद में यही कर लेंगे. अरे तुम क्या अपने पैसे का बहुत चालाकी से उपयोग करते हो कि वो they will not spend on meaningful things, as if you are all spending on meaningful things.
And
All
who
the kapda
creates
that
that
you buy,
meaning? Who creates that meaning?
all the kapda that you buy and keep there, and then you need mothballs to keep your kapda. Or use it, give it away. Why so much? So with all of this, so I have only a very minimalist principle ideology also. All my stuff should go in one bag,
Hmm.
and I can pack and leave anytime. I
Hmm.
should be able to live anywhere in the world. So I should be able to eat what people eat and all of that. Some of it comes also from my grandma. She took me to Narmada Bachao Andolan when I was 13 years old.
Oh, wow.
My grandfather was also working with Baba Amte that time. And so when she took me along, she said, whatever you carry, you will carry,
Hmm.
physically carry, that much you will pack.
Hmm.
No more.
Hmm.
Others will not come to help you. So
Hmm.
my grandparents, when I was 13, she was 63. He was
Hmm.
65, 60. They would pick up their own things. They were very self-sufficient people. And I packed like that. And she would have a little bag to carry her clothes, and they would have a basta, a little like aisa jholi for a chaddar, a bed sheet, like a pillowcase. She was very Brahmin in her thing. I used to call her that. Ajji, you're very Brahmin, re Baba. So she would say, Bhavat, you live non-Brahmin. You do what you like.
Hmm.
But I would need all my clean things. I would do this. She would, and she would wash her, so in the Narmada, she would go wash her own saris, dry them. हो गया वही पहन के भाषण करती थी.
Hmm.
So I used to watch her, And I've become more and more her. While she was alive, I used to say to her, who will become like you, Aji? Oh my God, look at your life. You are like the, the professor who follows her clock all the time. Now Inaya has become like that, and I am still very chaotic, but I am like her in the sense that I live alone very happily,
Mm,
and I want no clutter in my head or around me, and I can only peacefully write. And then the only difference that me and Aji, because she used to walk 6 to 7 in the morning, 6 to 7 in the evening, twice in the day. After, especially after she was a professor of economics, but after she left that job in the morning, 60 to 80, next
wow.
20 years, she used to walk 2 times. I go for rigorous like this kickboxing and that kind of thing. That makes me very happy. So I'd go for Zumba and those two things, writing and this fitness stuff.
Mm,
I totally enjoy.
mm,
Also enjoy cooking, etc., which is also children time. You can do things together. Dancing, again, you do that together. Painting. So
yeah,
all of that I'm sure other parents also do with, we are supposed to do things with children, right?
yeah,
And I enjoy that, and I can still be, I'm terrible at many things, but it's your own children. You are there. They are your biggest fans.
yeah,
So easy to have a fan club.
yeah,
That I would say to my previous self. You don't have to work hard to have a fan club. You can just have children, and they're just there, bichare. You look so pretty. This is so nice. The food is always nice. It's not really. All of this is just from their imagination.
yeah.
So it's
Yeah, yeah. And finally, if there was one piece of advice or insight that you'd like to share with the parents listening to us right now, what would that be?
don't let go of yourself.
Hmm.
Focus on yourself. Make yourself better
Hmm.
as an individual, as a human being, as also an accomplished person. So focus on your strengths, who you are, how you can do better. Children will follow. Most of the times you see parents focusing so much on the children
Hmm.
in a good and bad both ways,
Hmm.
because then the children's problems and follies become magnified,
Yeah.
and you don't see yours. You did not do actually study, and you are now bothering your child. You are not currently also studying anything. Then why do you want your child to खेलने जाओ बोलते, like I would do, खेलने जाओ. So I'd realize that I am not going to be the mother who sits on the swimming pool side
Hmm.
and waiting for the children. I will get in. I was petrified of water. I
Hmm.
learned swimming after they were born.
Wow.
I do cycling with them after. So I do a lot of things with them, which I uh, didn't do as a non-parent.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
as a parent, I'm more accomplished
Hmm.
as a person. They have taught me all this.
Hmm.
I was petrified of dogs, for example,
Wow.
and they love dogs. I am okay with dogs now. I can sit around dogs. Dogs come to me and I'm like, ha, as if it's a most natural thing. It is astounding that I can manage that. And that is because they taught me.
Hmm.
So we used to always say we should bring our parents up nicely.
Hmm.
They should be brought up nicely along with us. Otherwise, when we fall in love with whatever outsiders, parents are going to create such a ruckus. मैं जान दे दूंगी. अरे काय को? You did not raise your parents nicely. You created two personas of yourself. You split it. You were outside something else and at home something else. And so parents could not understand your growth. Don't do that with your children.
Hmm.
Don't create like a two persona kind of thing. They're always present and always whatever mother. No, you say, buzz off, I am now tired. Or talk to them and say, Baba, after this time, I am tired. You know that.
Hmm.
So just like your bad days, my bad days.
Hmm.
Now mama needs whatever. So mine, bichare, they are constantly trying to bribe me.
Hmm.
Uh, they very funny dialogues. What can daddy give you that we can't give you? Like, you don't want to know, beta. But
Not yet.
come sleep with us.
Huh.
So for me to sleep with them, they are ready to give massages. We will do you massage. So I have migraine and headaches, and which is obviously far more when the children are around.
Yeah.
So they are constantly offering me massages. And we have this nighttime ritual of all of us, three of us together, in which we can talk, we will tell stories. I have to go to one side, then I have to go to other side, then we have to sing, they will sing. So we have a lot of, like, nighttime, half an hour after lights off, we have all of this drama going on. And we all cherish that time
Yeah.
together. So we have a lot of things that I feel I learned with the children. So focus on yourself is not a selfish advice. I mean,
Right.
it is. We must be selfish. Selfless love does not work, because if you let go of yourself, there is nothing to actually love. What will
Mm.
they love back? There is nothing left.
Mm.
But focus on yourself is important for yourself and your family. Make yourself a better person is important, because if you are talking badly to people and then saying, and they can see that you are actually lying to whoever, and then you are saying हमेशा झूठ सच्चे बोलना है, कभी झूठ नहीं बोलना है, it will not work,
Yeah.
right? So uh, I mean, what is it that I must be as a person for being a parent to a child?
Yeah.
If I think of that, which I didn't think as a non-parent, when you're
Yeah.
saying tab मैंने क्या सोचा था, I was not so responsible towards my actions.
Yeah.
Uh, and though I was a politically conscious feminist, etc., anti-caste, identity politics, all kinds of things that I write on. But now I do feel, am I someone that is worthy of my children and their
Mm.
respect? And what do I do to do that?
Mm.
So when things have come my way, I have also felt that, someone said whatever I was supposed to, I had an option of apologies de do ya jo bhi, and I thought the world is watching me,
Mm.
and my children will, they will not judge me, but they are watching me, and standing steadfast is important
Yeah.
in this kind of a thing. And the cost of ideology and my beliefs and value systems must be paid. Otherwise, it's so easy to talk.
Yeah.
So then, when will I do that?
Mm.
When the time came, I didn't do it. फिर मैं बोलती ही रह गई. ऐसे कैसे होगा? तो all of that, I think, being a mother made me. So people said उल्टा कि भाई बच्चे के लिए,
Mm.
हाँ, you have to be careful and
Yeah.
ये and वो, don't end up in jail. Yes, nobody wants to end up in jail.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, what is the principle that I will give to my children? That if a small thing, छोड़ा छोड़ा एक हवा का झोंका आया और मैं तो गिर गया,
Mm.
तो and that, I bowed so easily.
Yeah.
तो ऐसा भी नहीं चाहिए. So that, I think, is a principle as well
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
parenting. I mean, I'm putting everything that I believe in parenting. It's a great ploy, no? All politics is now parenting. This is easy. I will do this. It will be non-controversial. I will only be writing for parenting column, and
Yeah.
then all of this. Neha, it is such a pleasure to talk to you, because as a person who is actually doing interview, you're non-obstructive and yet very perceptive.
Thank
And
you.
so you lead your, it's like a conversation. But I did a monologue. I didn't let you speak,
No,
but
no,
you were there.
but you
Your
covered
facial expressions.
everything. But you covered everything that I wanted to talk to you about and more. And you shared your story with such honesty and wit. I am in splits. Like, I am taking back so much, but I am at the same time, I'm in splits. I'm sure so many of our listeners will connect with your reflections on letting children grow with lightness and everything that you have spoken with us. And I just loved this conversation. Thank you so much. Mhm. Thank you. Thank you. And to everyone
Thank
listening,
you, Neha.
To everyone listening, thank you as always for joining me on Parenthood. If Samina's story resonated with you, please share this episode with a friend, follow the podcast, and subscribe so you don't miss our next conversation. Until next time, take care of yourselves, take care of your little ones, and remember the best stories are the ones we are living every day.